Oh, Big Worm. All right. All right. All right. Big Worm has asked me to do a Shady talking his thought process through Yellow Belt despite the fact that he's not good at Yellow Belt tutorial. I don't know how that'd fit on a thumbnail, but let's go. First and foremost, Helium, but I do find some of the checkpoints easier with the Mantis. All right, with this one I tend to... This is feel awkward trying to tutorialize this, but let's try. This one I tend to rock back a little bit just to get a little bit of extra space. I tend to find from the starting point here, you hit your front wheel too much and it's kind of a bit hard. And you see most people, the ghosts, just go back a little bit. It just gives you a little bit more room. What you want to do is bunny hop and then quickly get back into a seated position and only lean forward once your rear wheel gets over, sort of over the yellow box. And then you kind of lean forward. And what you want to do, kind of awkwardly, because that's an awkward angle, but you really want to sit down until your back wheel is over the edge of the yellow part of the box, and then lean forward to hit that section, and you can kind of endo and make your way up there. So that's what you're really trying to do. You want to get over the yellow box, you got to accelerate all the way through, and it's just about adjusting your body weight on your way through to that. Hey, Timmy, how you doing? That's good. A Notorial. I like that. All right. This one is actually, now that I think about it, the shape of this obstacle is like the easy version of checkpoint 2 of Greenbelt. You've basically got a gap, a little 45-degree angle plank, and then a weird overhang that you've got to get up and over. Yeah, that's just dawned on me how similar that is to the Greenbelt version. And the technique is the same. Well, close to it. What you want to do, and this will be easier with a slow-mo, when you get up here, you want to make your front wheel has to be lifted way further back. So the way I do it, let me just see. Yeah, so I actually think leaning forward first. Oh, no. No, so I just tap back a little bit, and that gives me there you go. All right. Just do that. All right. Rock backwards a little bit on the wheel here. Press back, lean back, and accelerate really hard. Do a bunny hop. And you kind of want to bunny hop to get your back wheel up. Then you want to sit back on your bike and then do another bounce, like a rear wheel bounce, off the 45-degree angle section. But, and this is the hard part, what you want to be able to do is you need to be leaning past vertical. So further backwards when your rear wheel hits. But what you want is when your rear wheel hits that overhang section, it kind of acts like a pivot and your momentum then carries forward. So you actually want your body weight and the bike rotation to be leaning forward as your rear wheel taps, but you need to be in a sort of beyond vertical riding position. And then it's a matter of tapping the brake. I'll do it a few more times. And then it's a matter of tapping the brake when you get up top. So you see the bike goes past vertical when I get there. You definitely don't want your front wheel to hit that angled section. Flapping with an L is a very important technique there as well. And it's just about getting that angle just right. So, and you've got to accelerate all the way through. And you can, if you get stuck... Hey! Ham! Kitos? Yeah, and look, you can almost cheat that. That was a bit cheaty. No. Alright, so hopefully that was it. A little bit further beyond... Oh, even that. Wow. Yeah, on the Helium, a lot of these things are much easier. But did that help for checkpoint 2? Before I go on Mr. Spore, I've kind of fumbled my way through that conversation. But let me know, did that help? Oh, Inspired just got the hat. GG's.
Fantastic.
Hey! The hat is off. The hat is on for Bartness. 1989. Yeah, kind of had an idea of how to do it, which was the same way. Cool. Okay. So, it's really just about that consistent execution and making sure you hold your brake when your front wheel gets up the top and keep your momentum, flap if you have to. This one here, like I do with all sort of sharp angle transitions, I rock back on the seat. Oh, so I actually start from down here. I lean forward as I go through the transition. So lift my front wheel up so it doesn't hit that log at the bottom. Lean forward, but then I actually just let go. And this thing I talk about so much now, but just as I'm leaning forward, let go of the gas a little bit. Lift the front wheel up just a touch and then start leaning forward again. And that should be enough to get you up and over. Again, brake here, because what you need is a big bounce and then lean quite far backwards to do a rear wheel hop over that one. With this one, I'm pretty sure, and this is the one I just stuffed up, so this will be funny to do a tutorial. So where I was making a mistake is I was trying to bunny hop here. You shouldn't. You just lean backwards. And this is the hard part. It's getting the right angle. So you lean back, rear wheel bounce, endo, slow there. And that's the hard part. Everything else you do at full speed. Right? Full speed. Oh. It's really tricky to get the angle right with this, by the way. Yellow belt tutorial? No, Notorial. Yellow belt Notorial. I should publish this, though. This would be fun. Right, so endo there, but you kind of want to go half speed. And look, the flapping on the helium is insane. Way over peak. Oh, look at my thigh. That's going to cramp. That's twitching really bad. See what I did there for that last little bounce. I told you this hat has to go. I have to get a better one. XT Low, how you doing? Yeah, with that last little bounce, that you've got to go full speed over the first two bounces, and then for the last one, you kind of have to slow down to like 50-60% and get the last rear wheel bounce. Your tendency is going to overshoot that one when you're starting. You kind of just have to remember that. With this one, same as one of the extreme tracks I did, just grip your back wheel. Well, actually, with this, I don't even think you need to. I think you can just do that. Yeah, let's do it this way. Ideally, what you should do is slowly go over the edge, brake when your rear wheel gets onto it, hook, and do like a front flip underneath. This one, you kind of have to slide on the helium. So what that means is to lift your front wheel, there you go, like that, and then rear wheel bounce it, and then up we go. So a slide is where you only ride an obstacle or a curved ramp in particular, or yeah, usually a curved ramp. But what I'm doing is I'm transferring my body weight as I go through. So you see I start seated, but then I'm actually leaning forward. And that leaning forward motion, and you got to time it right, but that leaning forward motion helps you get the extra distance you need to make this gap, and then it's just a really strong, confident rear wheel bounce off the end. Because if you just, let me just try. If I just try and ride this and jump, you can't make the distance. Right, and that's how they get you. So that slide is essential on the helium. And then it's just a matter of getting a really nice rear wheel bounce, endo again, and you're over to here. There we go. Did I get plat on this? Nah, this is why, you know, those who can't do teach, right? Now this is the one I was struggling with the other night. What checkpoint is this? 6. This hat is really hurting. Can I steady myself on the last bit? Which last bit? Can't get back over it now. Oh, can you? You might be able to. Checkpoint 7 causing you the trouble. Okay, let's get the 7 because... Oh, really set? Alright, so, okay, so with this one... Actually, I think you can even brake down here for my Notorial. Yeah, now... Excellent throttle control, of course. Again, what you want to do here, because of this, there is actually an overhang, right? So your front wheel, if your front wheel rides any part of that curve, you're probably going to fault. Hey, Joe! Thanks for the hosty host. Yeah, you're gonna fault if you hit your front wheel on that overhang. So what I would do, steady yourself here firstly. Let go of leaning for a moment as you start accelerating, which lifts the front wheel up, and then start leaning forward again to get your front wheel up and over. Brake, flap, big bunny hop. Oh yeah. Alright, so checkpoint 7 really. What's causing you... Oh, is it just because of the size of the gap here? Okay. So this is a weird obstacle that you can actually hit smoothly if you time it right. Like, you see that? It doesn't feel like you can do that. Again, a little rock backwards to give your front wheel enough room to move. But with the right body weight shifts, you can get up to there in one movement. So start with that first. Make sure you practice that and get that down pretty consistently. And what you want to do is land into endo here, I think. And then you just want to get a really big OP bunny hop. And that's the hard part, right? If you time that that sort of endo transition off the upper piece up there, if you time that wrong, you don't make the distance. And that's what's going to make this feel inconsistent for you. But it's just because you're not getting a strong enough bunny hop. And that's just about that timing. I was going to do it a few more times for you. The endo to bunny hop. Yeah, it is. And I think it's just about timing and figuring out, I guess, the right time to change that body position. All right, but not do this one. All right, so with this... Oh, what's the... Hey! Jeddah. I'm calling you Jeddah. Jeddah Mind Tricks. Thank you for the host. So with this one, I mean, to go easily here, I mean, you can kind of just hop over that and try and grip, but even if you wanted to do it slowly, a little bit there, a little bit of a hop on this one maybe. I mean, I shouldn't need to tutorialize this part too much. Probably easiest. Slowly, and just throttle control to get to that point. That's pretty straightforward. This should be... okay, so the issue here is you don't want to go full gas, because full gas will probably overshoot it. So you probably want to go 60-ish%. I also don't really know the strat for checkpoint 9. I got past it once, but it was all luck. Okay, nothing is luck. Luck just means you haven't figured it out. And everyone else that does it consistently are not lucky. Which, not saying you did anything wrong, but it just, yeah, as you say, you just haven't figured out the strat yet. Alright, so with this one, throttle control, 50-60%. Again, that endo to bunny hop thing, you need to understand. Now this one, okay, what messes you up with this, and this is like the big drop down on Greenbelt as well, the camera angle plays a big part in this. If the camera actually moved down in line with the bike, instead of looking over the top of your bike, so you can't see the angle you're hitting, you kind of have to know what you're doing without seeing it. Hey, Flex. Hold on a sec. Hats off. Hats on. Hats on for Flex now. Congratulations on the graduation. So what I do with this one, I will bounce off of that and do that. I don't think it's going to be that easy to do it. So, so the trick here is like, well, I guess this is like the B grade checkpoint for rear wheel bounce in the tutorials, in the sense that you've kind of got to drop down and you kind of got a slightly weird camera angle. So you just need to know and experiment with the different riding position. So accelerate, just tap that. You want to hit the lower ramp somewhere around that midpoint line. What I tend to find when I was starting this, I would hit it quite low and try and get a bounce. And when you try and get the bounce, you see the wheel like rolls down the ramp and you end up clipping the bomb. So you have to land high enough on the lower platform so you've got enough time to do the rear wheel bounce where you can press the springs and ride along the ramp and then accelerate without clipping the bomb. So what that means is you've got to make a real conscious effort to land high, which, yeah, something like that. So I would even over-rotate and do a rear wheel bounce off that one, and then you've got to get yourself back into that good riding position and figure out the right angle. Let's try this again. To get a good rear wheel bounce off here. And it's tough. And I have, well, I have done it consistently, but I'm not zero faulting it. So you can just watch me fail a bit, but you can see me trying to put this into practice. So see, I'm leaning too far backwards. That was too far forward. So I think that's the issue. Like, look at the camera angle. You just can't, you can't get a real sense for where the rider is. Or sorry, where the ramp is. Yeah, and the trick is you need quite a lot of vertical push and speed. So it's actually a pretty low trajectory rear wheel bounce. Yeah, that one. There you go. That help? You did a backflip into the rear wheel. Back for the same reason I don't do that anymore in the Greenbelt one, is that I find that just is less consistent for you to get the right angle when you land. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair, Spore. Alright, so with this one, bunny hop, lean backwards. You can hit this in one go if you get this transition smooth enough. And again, it's another endo. So yeah, but again, so you can stop here if you need to. Give yourself a breather. Obviously requires quite a lot more throttle control, but it is possible, I think, to achieve this from a standing start. Yep. And same thing. Slow yourself down, throttle control, and another big bounce there. There are probably faster ways to do it. Like, nope. Let's see if I can do it slightly faster. See, endo, up again, and then over. No. Seriously? Well, you know, I'm finishing on that because that's just a fun finish. So just do a ridiculous fender save to finish the track, and it's easy. I hope that felt good and helped with the Notorial, because I'm gold medaling this. I feel like now I'm going to stop. Or maybe I'll leave this in as part of the video if I actually get, if I get my sub 30 faults now. Nope. See, lean back a little. Nope, that bounce wasn't strong. There we go. I wasn't leaning back far enough on that one. So here, remember I said go to the bottom here. Transition. Oh. Transition. Let go of lean for a moment. Let the front wheel lift. Big bounce. Big. Damn it. Big bounce. Alright, so this one I said you don't need to bounce, you just need to... Oh, my spine. Sorry, you don't need to bunny hop here. You gotta love the optimism of trying to save that, right? Seriously? I really want... Oh, no! I really want this to be my platinum run now, because that save was ridiculous. Yeah, I gotta stop rushing, because this is more based on... more based on faults than it is on time, so... So I will say, learning to recover from a lot of things generally will just make you a better rider anyway. But for these ninja ones in particular, no. It's helpful because Doesn't matter how slow my run is. Damn it. Oh, it doesn't matter how slow my run is. Yeah, I will be able to get a platinum if I did good. All right, I'm getting nervous now because I really want that. Here we go. Here's a hard one. So try not to get the back wheel too high. Oh, good tip, whoever that was. Oh no, did I get greedy? No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. All right, so not too fast here. Good. See? Oh. Ah, this is going to be tough. I'm already at 14. Not good. This is annoying. Oh, that was close. Oh no. 20 already. Alright. So this is far less consistent than I'd like it to be. And I probably need to practice this a few more times. Which sucks because I really, really wanted that save on my platinum run. Could have actually landed that one, I reckon. I can see why that backflip's handy. Oh. Alright, I got 2 faults left. Oh, it is my platinum run. That was slow as hell, but it's my plat. I mean, that was bad. That was a bad run.
Fantastic.
That was a bad run. Freak Mike! That's off. That's on. It's on for you now, Freak. Congratulations on the graduation. And we got a hat spin, because that was a ninja plat. Alright, replay. This is all going to be part of the Notorial now. You're proud of me, Jakin? Thanks, man. That means a lot to me. Alright, let's watch this. This save. Yeah, I got you, I got you. This save is going to be epic. This is going to be like my Meteorine Platinum, which is like the slowest platinum in existence. Oh, that's a... That restart's kind of jarring. Now I can't see my faults, but whatever. But this is why. There was a couple of places there where normally I would have like just restarted just for the sake of it. But when faults is the only thing that matters, you have to recover everything possible. Because if I just took a couple of easy faults somewhere else along the track just for no good reason, that wasn't a platinum run. And that would have killed me. Oh, was it this that I... No, it wasn't this. Oh, that was a broken spine right there. Where was the one that I saved? Was it this one? Yeah, this is ridiculous. This is crazy. Oh, I never pull off saves like that. Like, I have no right to have recovered from this. And with 28 faults, like, I only had, like, 1 or 2 faults to spare. Oh. And then I got nervous and choked. Oh, wow. That replay explosion's kind of staying there now. And then this I stayed on way too long. I know, man. I have no right to have been in that. Oh, that's frustrating. No right to have stayed on that checkpoint. But when it's only faults, like, you go for it. Yeah, of course you can fend it with it. The body kits okay. Aren't the body kits just cosmetic? The actual bike model underneath it, I don't think changes. As in, the helium is the helium model, and whatever the helium can do will do it. So if it's got no fender, it can still fender. Yeah, right? Yeah. That's how I've always understood it. don't like the hitbox. Sorry. I'm not a developer. Like, oh, actually, well, technically I kind of am. Wearing my developer shirt right now. But I don't use hitboxes. That's not my... But no, you're right. I think that is the term used to describe what goes on behind the scenes that you can't see. You don't mind if I follow you on console to race against your times? No, but you need to send me a message so I can actually follow you back so you can see my times. Because the way Xbox Friends work now... See, that was silly. That was a bit greedy. I shouldn't probably have gone for that. And then this. So, I'm wondering if you need the upper... I think you need the height from that to get the bounce to make this across. But it'd be nice if you could just sort of drop down. And I was trying to fend on some of these ones. I was trying to... Oh. I think I broke the replay.